Hello. So for journal number 6, I'm going to talk about the question, uh, the first one. Imagine Begbie and Scarry, I believe her name is. I always get it confused. Sorry. Imagine Begbie and Scarry are having coffee. Looking at the Rosen text, choose one image. What would they say about it? How similar or different would their views be? So I chose the image on page 88, this top one right here, and it's actually a little hard to see in this lighting and with this camera quality. Um, but it's basically like this mirrored room with a bunch of lights hanging down from it. So like the lights are reflecting off the mirror, um, of all these mirrors, and it's a really beautiful piece. By I hope I'm not I probably will pronounce it wrong. It's by Yayoi Kusama. And it's titled Infinity Mirrored Room, The Souls of Millions of Light Years Away. Um, and I tried coming up with some ideas that Begbie and Scary would talk about regarding this piece. So this. Okay. Well, the camera totally cut off on me. I don't know why. Um, so I'm gonna explain this all again, hopefully on camera this time. Um, so I'm gonna hold up the piece. I know it's really hard to see, but okay. So I think although this art doesn't like depict anything explicitly religious, I think Begbie would still like appreciate it in some way, um, just because like he can relate. It's like I don't know if this is a word, but he can relate its sublimity, it's sublime, um, to theology and the divine. Um, Maybe viewing this art um, would he would say like this is like a divine transcendence, and I'm pretty sure that he says that art is limitless. And I think that's exactly what this piece is. Looking at the mirrors and the way the lights reflect off of them, it goes on and on forever. Um, and I think it's through that it reflects the divine in its attempt to transcend. And I know um, that Bebby doesn't think that art is like the ladder to. Um, he doesn't think that like art is like the ladder to God, but it's like the only ladder to God is like through the Bible. Um, so I don't think it's like directly showing like, oh, this is what it's like to experience God, but maybe rather this is just what it's like to transcend. I have no idea if that makes sense, but moving on to what Scary would think. Scary, I hope that's right. So, um, so this art kind of relates to beauty in a universal way, and that's what she says. Like she kind of, you don't need to have, uh, you don't have to relate it to any spiritual knowledge or have any spiritual connection to appreciate the beauty of this art. And that's something that um, her and Begbie would disagree on. Um, I think in order to understand this art, Begbie would believe you have to have an understanding of God to grasp the artwork, whereas Scary thinks that any person can view this piece and appreciate its beauty. Um, and what's cool is the author, or excuse me, the artist, there's a quote in here where she says, by obliterating one's individual self, one returns to the infinite universe. And I think that's that is what she was trying to trying to do with this piece of art. And I think both Begbie and Scary would agree with this, but in different ways. So again, like Begbie think, Begbie seeing this and talking about our our art as like limitless, and then Scary seeing this and talking about us people, viewers, relating to the natural world, relating to like the infinite universe. Like, yeah. So the biggest difference between the two again is um, Begbie having an understanding of God to grasp the artwork, and Scarry not. Um, she would think that anyone could appreciate the beauty. You don't have to have you don't have to have like spiritual knowledge or connection to appreciate it. Yep, that concludes this journal.